What's going on, guys? Hey, it's Anthony with the Wrenched Out Garage. Thank you for tuning in. Still working on the new setup, running the GoPro Hero 7 on this little tiny handle thing. I do have a lot of attachments. A lot of that will change, but before I dive into today's video, don't forget, hit subscribe down below if you like it, give it a thumbs up. Today, we are going to do a little bit of cleanup. This is going to be an ongoing project here with the Nissan, but that's what we're focusing in on today. So let's take a look at this. So right here, most of the time anyways, when you buy a vehicle, comes like this. I already started cleaning this, that's why it looks that way. A little bit here, I just wanted to do some test runs, but ultimately, whether it's your current vehicle or maybe it's a friend's or your a purchase, a flip, or whatever, I always pay extra attention to the engine bay. I already did spray this down, so I got rid of a lot of the gunk already and already started cleaning some of it. But today what I'm going to do and show you guys is how I do a more of a detail clean. This isn't going to be the end results in this video, simply because I have a box full of tune-up parts, and I will end up doing a final clean right before I do that tune-up. But I did want to show you a couple of things that I do. Again, I suggest spraying the motor completely down beforehand. Obviously cover any electronics so you're not damaging anything, but I spray the full motor down with a pressure washer just to get all the loose debris and whatnot. And then a couple of tools I would suggest, and I'll link this stuff down below, is I love superclean. If you guys haven't seen by this point, you already know that I love it because it works so good. You do have to control what you're doing with this. And then I have these XO brushes. Now I'll put these, I run these two sizes. This one obviously hasn't been used. This one I used already. But I love these because you can get into some really tight spaces, or obviously you can use a toothbrush too, but I like these. They have good grips, and they just work well. So the way that I always try to start is in one area. And on this one, I think we'll start right here at the front. And then superclean, in my opinion, works best if you let it sit for a minute. So we'll get kind of this front end area, shoot it over here, get kind of the easy wins out of the way, let it soak on the brake booster a little bit. And obviously every motor is a little different. On this one, this is what I'm going to run and how I'm going to do it, at least for now. Again, this isn't the final clean. This is more or less just kind of a quick cleanup on what I like to do. And so this serves more than in my opinion, this serves more than just the purpose of cleanliness. Whenever I buy a vehicle, I suggest this to pretty much everyone, and that is clean your engine, clean the best you can, at least the under parts of your car. That way you can identify issues. That's the other reason why I'm doing a full tune-up. Now, this vehicle runs great. However, I do have all the parts to do the tune-up, and that is so I can ensure that I've eliminated any of those being issues. So there it is. Everything's kind of soaking, as you can see. So we'll give it a minute, and then we will get in there and do some scrubbing. All right, so we're back at it. Let it kind of sit for a few minutes, and then really, so if you look, let me show you here, and you really want to get in. Again, in this video, I'm not going to sit here and scrub everything out. But what I will do is kind of start showing you what you can do, especially with your engine bay and what its potential is here. Try to be a little bit, so we'll just do, like I said, kind of a quick jobber so I can at least show you guys the path, and then I'll show you the finished job as well once I get it there. That may be in a different video. Maybe I'll wrap this video up with that. On stickers, I do try to be a little bit careful, especially ones that are loose, ones that are obviously adhered very well. I'm a little bit not as nice, I guess. But again, going back to doing this, it definitely helps if you do this right when you get the vehicle, because if you do have any leaks or any other issues, it's going to make it 10 times easier to identify what your issues are up front, and it doesn't really cost anything more than, you know, using your preferred degreaser. Again, mine's super clean, getting some of these brushes or a toothbrush and then doing the work. Now obviously the longer you let this stuff sit, the cleaner it's going to become. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is we'll cut to the where I'm at with this. Again, this isn't going to be a full clean. I just wanted to show you kind of an option that you have out there, especially because a lot of these parts are in great shape. Just needs to be cleaned up a little bit. So let me do this, and we'll skip all the way ahead so we can I can show you kind of what the medium clean looks like. All right, guys, so I kind of skipped around. We did a little bit of cleaning. Let me check my phone. Got it. Okay, so before I show you guys this, this is not the final. This was more of just a quicker cleanup. I did spend probably about an hour on cleaning this thing up. And most of it was with the scrubbing with those toothbrush items and using super clean. And then I did use the power washer just to do the spray outs, because if you just use super clean and you rub it around, super clean does great, but you do need to rinse this stuff off and clean it up. So let me kind of show you guys where I'm at right now. So obviously the stuff came out quite a bit cleaner. I do have to get behind some of this stuff. That's why I said it's kind of a preliminary clean. But if you're looking at it, it looks a lot better. I mean, you can look down at the block there, see some shine. Obviously it's not perfect. I do have a lot of other things I've got to do to this, but I mean, you can see the labels clearly. This is actually going to get changed. This film, I'll show you guys what I use on top of it, and then generally I wipe it off, but it looks 10 times better. The booster looks almost new. You know, a lot of this stuff looks a lot better. Something that you would not expect from opening an 86 hard bodies hood. You just wouldn't expect it. I mean, obviously even down in here, I got to get in there a little bit better. I did get in there as best as I could. See if I can get the camera in there. Let's see if it'll show. So obviously down in there, I got, sorry for all the movement. I got it as good as I need it to be for now, and really for the foreseeable future, because I do have to get to the tune-up, and then we have a lot of other just quick cleanup stuff coming to this. So super cleaned, scrubbed, sprayed, rinse, repeat, did that multiple times. Again, it's not perfect. I'm going to end up doing an even bigger detail where I'm going in and taking stuff out and cleaning it up, whatever. That's at a different date. But so I did that, let it dry. I let it air dried, wipe down some of the pools of water. And then what I generally use is this. Gunk shine after it's all good to go. This stuff's really, really good. Just wipe it off or you're gonna have pooling and it'll look kind of funny, but it does come out really good. And then for some of the engine degreaser, I actually got to get more of this. I'll use this as well because this actually does a really good job on that grease and oil buildup. But I'll like I said, once I get the tune-up done, once I work on some of the other parts, I will come back to it and do some more cleanup stuff. It's just at this time, I think that I covered my bases. I'm able to see if there's any leaks or any other issues. As I do the tune-up, I'll be under the car, on the side of the car, I'll see more areas and clean those as well. But it's super important that you do this to a brand new vehicle you get, whether it's used, well, if it is used, obviously, or if you got a friend or families, because now I can see pretty much everything. I do the tune-up. It helps with me solidifying that, hey, all of these parts have been replaced. I can see if there's any leaks or any other issues. The visual inspection is 10 times easier. Enough of the talk on that, guys. Hey, I do appreciate you checking us out. If this is your first time watching, or maybe it's your 20th time watching, make sure hit subscribe. Hopefully the video is coming out good, because this is, again, we're switching over to this. I like this setup better. Yeah, we'll leave it there. We'll take another look at the car. Subscribe. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram. Thanks for tuning in.